Hello and welcome to Talkin Yanks, live at T-Squared Social. We are here with manager of the Yankees, Aaron Boone. Good, clap again, why not? Look at that, it's easy. Thank you to T-Squared Social. And hey, huge thank you, our presenting sponsor tonight, Amtrak.
Yay.
When you're talking travel, we're talking Amtrak, ride in comfort and convenience when you catch the Yanks on the road. Book now, Amtrak.com. We went up and we saw the Sox series there, where the season changed.
We saw game one,
Pivoted.
Yeah. Rodon pivoted the season.
Yeah. Yeah, that was tough. I mean, another kind of gut punch loss the first game, and then you kind of look at the schedule and who we're facing, and the boys, man, they got it going, and pretty fun road trip it turned into.
Yeah, I've decided that the season, we'll look back on it and we'll say from Fenway to Fenway it stunk, but outside it's amazing.
Sure
so
did.
that's just up to you to continue
right.
the second half, so we can make that narrative.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want to start by apologizing to the people for that horrific ejection the other day? That was tough, man.
Huh? Yeah. Another one I don't really think I should have gone. I was on him early, and he kind of told me that was enough, but a few innings went off the board. And
right.
All I said was a very docile, hey, it's down trip, and gone.
Yeah. It's tough.
That's all I said.
That's all I said.
Why'd you check with him?
Yeah. And very humbly, too.
Yeah. No vigor to it.
No.
But what happened was you threw a ball at the opponent earlier, so they thought you were all riled up.
Yeah. Well, Cabrera threw it right at me.
That's a scene a lot of people haven't seen. You knew it was coming. Had he been throwing balls that way all game or something?
No, I think he was upset about the homer, but then the intentional walk, because they walked Judgy again, and so I think he was upset, and he kind of was a little emotional, and he threw a three-hopper coming right at me. And we have a lip there where I stand on the steps, so I had to make the quick decision to jump up and I gotta
play the ball.
Yeah. I got to play this ball here, or else I might wear this one in the eye or something. So I threw it over to them hey, and I overreacted a little bit, but Cabrera right away said, hey, I'm sorry.
Good.
There's no footage of where your ball went. Was someone over there ready for that one?
No, I threw it towards her, but I kept it. I didn't want to land it in their dugout, but I just wanted to send the message.
Rousen gets tossed too. Do you two both end up in the clubhouse kind of pissed off? Or you guys, what's the scene there? Because normally it's kind of you by yourself, so you probably kind of cool off. Are you two together?
James just kind of then hung out right in the cage there and was doing all their cage work. And it all happened right before the rain delay. So we had an hour rain delay, which...
Do you think if you didn't get ejected, he would have just went to the couch, but because his boss is down there, he's like, fuck, I guess I got to keep working?
No, I think it's for a hitting coach. It's just an easy transition. Yeah. Just I'll take the cage. You got the dugout.
And then when they come down for the rain delay, are you allowed to talk to Osmus about game plan and stuff? Is anyone monitoring you?
No.
Hey, you've been ejected. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'd like them to change that. I'd like someone an ump to come and sit with you, make sure you've been ejected.
You're out.
No strategizing.
Just face guard you the whole time.
Yeah. Penalty box. Go. Yeah.
All right. Well. You ejected Gleyber from that game.
Wow.
Sat him down. That's a transition.
Champ.
You did it on the top step, or a conversation happened on the top step.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Girardi, Kay and Girardi were talking, and Girardi said, from a manager's point of view, sometimes that can be a tool to have the conversation up there to send the message to the other players. It's August, lock in, all this. Was there any intent to where that combo with you and Gleyber took place?
No. Gleyber came to me, and it's something I felt like I needed to do in that moment. There's times over the years that come up with different things, and everyone's different. Every situation's different. You never know what's going on with a player physically. There's all kinds of things. I felt like in that moment it was what I needed to do. And I think Gleyber just wanted to go back in the game, so we were just
happened to happen
there. So, yeah. But the thing I appreciated about Gleyber was back out on the bench, ready to go, owned it, and we move on from it.
Yeah, I was going to ask the reaction because Judge talked about it. Gleyber had a really good press conference. Next day, Gleyber's playing, and then the walk-off happens, and Gleyber's out there happy as he can be with the rest of his teammates. So,
yeah, I mean, the message is, look, we're 2 months ago, and Gleyber Torres is such an important part of us being as complete a team as we could be. And the reality is, over the last month plus, he started to look like himself at the plate, and we need that. We need that to have length in our lineup, and it's just we got to go. We got to go.
You said that decision was nuanced. I'm not sure if I'm even saying that right, but can you say, like, what?
Because I think you can go back over. You can dig into a play. Why'd you take this guy out? Oh, you didn't take that guy out. So there's all kinds of things that go into it in the course of a season, in the course of what somebody may be going through physically, time and place, how you do it. That's why it's nuanced.
It's a lot of context.
Yeah, I mean, you can always make a case, well, why this and why not that? And that's fair.
Yeah.
And so my answer to all that was I felt absolutely in that moment it's what I needed to do. Simple as that, right or wrong. That's it.
Because it happened in the middle of the game, the conversation was on the top step. For Yankee fans, for Yes Network, it's the first time we've had this with you as a manager publicly take a guy out for kind of disciplinary, you know what I mean, for his actions.
It's not the first time.
That's my question.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you who and when and where.
Okay, what if we guess? No.
We have one pretty good guess. Fair or foul, Aaron Hicks. It's okay.
No, that was a different situation.
It was nuanced, right?
Yeah, it was different.
I learned.
That was different.
That's learning a word and then applying it. Smart guy.
I mean, nuanced isn't that far outside.
No.
You should know what that is.
And he does now.
I'm nuanced to it. What Jack Curry after the game, known troublemaker Jack Curry, he was a little with your presser. I don't want to say disappointed because that sounds a little too far, but he was like, it's our job as the media to ask you about that situation that happened. I guess he wanted a little more from you. In hindsight, do you feel anything different in that moment, or it's just like, hey, we handled it. I said what I need to said. We need to move on.
That's exactly how I feel. Like, I'm not even thrilled we're talking about it
right
here.
I figured.
Yeah, we figured. We opened with the ejection stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Lead you in with a little cheese, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
Let's talk ball then.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yes.
Trade deadline happens.
Yeah.
Well, I guess let's start with Jazz because that's, we go live for the trade deadline, and we were getting ourselves excited, and there were some good people out there that were like, well, if the Jazz Chisholm trade happened right at the deadline, Yankee fans might be fist pumping, and the fact it came a couple days earlier, Jazz obviously explodes onto the scene. Weird phrasing. Is he like the third baseman now? Is that just kind of it?
Yeah.
Because he's looked good.
He's looked really good. Yeah, I mean, he's taken it and kind of run with it. I think he's really enjoying it. He came up to me a couple days ago. Was like, man, I feel like a third baseman. I love this.
That's good.
So he's and the way he's played the position, not only making like some incredibly tough plays, but what I've been impressed with so far is just that internal clock. And I keep saying this. I'm sure there's going to be along the way some growing pains with it, just not having the experience of playing the position. But man, he's passed with flying colors so far. Not only making the routine play, but the difficult play. He's enjoying it. But I also, one of the things that was intriguing about Jazz, as the power, the speed, but possibly the position versatility too, and the flexibility he could give. So I've talked to him about if something comes up, moving him to second in a game. You have the ability to move him in the outfield if something comes up. So that's something valuable that he brings to the table too.
But nothing comes up, and is the third baseman, which is we just didn't realize we were going to land there. It's exciting that he looks good, looks the part, and we
that's the thing about the deadline. I think everyone can go in and say, all right, you need this position, that position, this, but it's like the trade deadlines, and this year mostly more buyers than sellers, so you never know where you can match up. So sometimes you got to get a little bit creative. And the fact that Jazz has been is into and is open, is excited about going to third has really been a benefit for us.
The other big pickup is Leiter, Mark Leiter Jr. full name. He's got an interesting pitch mix for a strikeout guy.
Yes.
Like when I saw the pitch mix, sinker, splitter, curve, it screams more, contact out, but he's a strikeout guy. Usually in the past, you guys have traded for relievers, seeing kind of a way to change a pitch mix or tap into a new pitch.
Yeah.
With him, I'm guessing from some of your quotes recently, you got him for the pitches he's throwing now.
No doubt. And I'm sure the group will get with him and, see where there's, meat on the bone to improve things or whatever. But he, I didn't even know he was on the board. And literally I got a text from Cash, all right, we just got Mark Leiter Jr. I was like, oh, whoa. So I started digging in a little more because I haven't seen him pitch that much being in the Cubs the last couple of years. He's had 2 really good years, and obviously putting together a really good year this year. And when you look at his last month especially, he's in a pretty good groove. And I thought yesterday was the best he's thrown the ball for us. He's been out there in some big spots already, obviously. I thought yesterday was really good.
For a softer pitch mix, like he's not up there throwing 100, his intensity is of that of a flamethrower, which I like. And that was one of the scouting reports that, Beebs, remember, who was it that just said he's got big balls?
Well, I know Al was telling Jack Curry some stuff.
Okay.
He might be biased.
Yeah. But the one was like he's got big balls on the mound.
Yeah, does seem to be the case. He seems to like the action. He likes the arena. He likes it hot. And that's what you want because, especially from now on, you're in the fire out there, and let's go.
Where does he land in the bullpen? I guess you don't have to give a distinct answer, but is he going to are you going to try to land him in a lane? He's the 7th, he's the 8th, or is he a matchup pitcher because he is good against lefties with that split?
Yeah, so between him, Canely, and Weaver, in a lot of ways they're similar because they're very neutral, Tommy technically even better against lefties, but Weave and Mark Leiter Jr. are very neutral with the split and just with their repertoire. And then, we brought in De Los Santos, who's a little more we see as a righty lane. Okay. I think they complement each other a lot. And depending on where you are in the week, if a guy, if our starter's able to give us 6 or something, maybe you get 2 innings of Weave that day, or maybe you split it up, and depending on how we've used guys. But I feel like they're all capable of pitching in high leverage.
And you would look at the bullpen and see only one lefty in Tim Hill. And some people, and originally I was like, what? Like we're just the rest of the way, one lefty in the pen. But that's okay, I'm guessing in your minds, because Leiter and Canely both dominate lefties as right-handed.
And Weave even, too. So, I'm very comfortable with that. And Tim Hill's done a great job, too. So to have that, anytime he's held his own with righties, too. I like that he comes in. I talk about likes the action, likes the arena. Tim Hill's the same way. So he's done a good job for us.
Are you the enforcer of the Yankee hair policy, or does someone take that up on the team? Because Leiter came in, and it was it was kind of where I'm at right now, which you've made some comments before our interviews on Talkin Yanks.
Yeah.
So is that you, or does someone else kind of handle that?
It's a village.
That's a good answer.
Usually if I saw you with this stuff on your face today, I'd be like, your shoulder all right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Well, get the razor, get it going. Let's go. Okay. I pull that dad joke a lot with
It's
my
good.
guys.
It works.
Yeah.
It's effective.
So I'll just walk up to, dude, are you going to shave today? Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Andy Pettitte started the trend of the starting pitchers not shaving on their pitch day so they can go out there with a 5 o'clock shadow and feel like warriors. That's what Pettitte and CeCe used to say and do. So a lot of times the starters will have that. And then Rodon recently shaved his stubble, shaved his stubble.
Shaped the stubble?
Yeah. He had a 5 o'clock shot or
Gosh,
shade.
you guys are really big.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really care about that. What else are we going to look at?
Yeah.
They zoom in on his face.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rodon, you're getting yourself into a tricky situation where he's talked his way into staying in games twice now.
Has he? Twice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice you've went out to take the ball, and he said, no, and then you granted. The first time, he was having a horrible start, and he was just like, let me eat
That
the
might have been in
innings.
Boston.
Yeah, he just was like, let me eat the innings.
Yeah.
It's a loss. This one he wanted to get Vlad. I'm guessing he wanted to get Vladdy again because he got him. It was the third time.
I think he lost the previous two, let me stay in the games too. So
Yeah, he always there.
what was big was Volpe hit the homer, put us up 6-1. So it was like, we're coming off a short start the day before. So it's like, man, if I can get him through and not have to use Cousins on a back-to-back day, I can. And I actually thought he had a lot in the tank and executed pretty well against Vladdy. Vladdy's kind of in one of those trees right now where he's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
We got 2 big outs with him yesterday late in the game, which was huge, but he's swinging pretty well right now.
Of all the pitchers, who's been the best lawyer on the mound to stay in? Is anyone, if you can think of past Yankee pitchers that plead their case? Rodon's won twice. Usually guys don't win. But is there someone out there that you remember God damn it, this is going to suck? He's just going to, not in that way, just you're going to have to hear a lot about this.
No. I mean, different times, guys want to stay in and,
Have you ever walked out wanting him to make a good case so you can say, all right, yeah, go get it, like a little empowerment?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. More open. More I want to see what I'm going to see.
Yeah.
Whatever, body language, eyes, whatever it is. I'm going out to see something to make my move.
You got to do the Joe Torre where you get to the top of the mound and then you're eye to eye and then you just look.
Yeah, the moose.
Yeah.
I think Garrett gave me one of those before,
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah, the moose.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, when Torre would go do the gut check.
Huh?
When he would go and look in their eyes with Coney during one game, he would walk to so he was on top of the mountain. Coney was a little slanted, and then they're eye to eye, and they just look at each other.
Yeah.
It was good DVD fodder for the World Series DVD.
Yeah.
Which we're working on. I want to ask you a Judge question. It's brought to you by Amtrak.
Wow.
If you're going to a game, Amtrak Flex fares, listen to this. If it gets rained out or canceled, boom, you get refunded. So if you book with Amtrak, you're kind of covered that way. Pretty nice. Proud partner of the New York.
And we got bad
And we got
weather
rain this week, so good Amtrak week. This was the first week we saw the Judge intentional walk train really happen.
Yeah.
Schneider rolled it out kind of full tilt, 2 outs, nobody on. If that continues, if it becomes a trend, how do you handle that? Do we need to rethink the lineup? Is it, hey, if we're winning games and that happens, good. If we're losing games and that happens, then we have to adjust.
All 3 of those and maybe more. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Every team's different. I mean, you play a team like Tampa a week ago, and they want to show you they're going to pitch to them in
They're sickos.
every possible situation.
They're
So
sickos.
every team's going to handle it a little bit different. The one thing I'll say is I just feel like as we've seen us get a little right here offensively the last few weeks with more guys getting a little healthier, getting more guys in the mix, getting some guys rolling offensively, feel like our lineup's long again.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, it's better chance of Soto and Judge coming up one more time in a game if you want to keep walking like that. So, and now I feel like, with Austin's doing, with Giancarlo coming back, with Jazz, with Volpe, the lineup's long again. Mm-hmm. And we're getting contributions all over. So we'll take our chances and, hopefully make some teams pay when they do it.
Okay.
Wonder if Judge is going to come to you. I mean, what if Judge comes and says, hey, I don't like this. Can you fix it? Seems rather boring for him.
Yeah.
Just go up there and then walk. Do you want to show some?
It's actually beyond the Bonds treatment because the 2 outs, nobody on, they said Bonds never got.
Oh, really?
So it's
The judge treatment.
It's the judge treatment, which
Wow,
is
that's pretty nuanced.
You got to walk in a run, though, and then you get the Bonds treatment.
Yeah, that's true.
One more judge, and then we'll get to the game. The Grisham judge play, left field, center field. Obviously, Major League Baseball, fly ball, it's got to be caught. It is nuanced. You got the captain.
Nuanced.
You can't even say it.
Yeah.
I can't. I have no idea the letters. You've got the captain playing left field, and he's the biggest outfielder ever. 6'7", 285.
Yeah, probably something in that 270, 280, yeah.
Trent Grisham's out there playing center field. He's hearing footsteps literally.
List his height and weight.
How does that? I mean, I don't know if you have to say anything because those are two pros, but like, what? I guess what's the next step there?
Yeah, it's a one-off. What happened is both guys happened to call it at the exact time. Felt a little footsteps, but that's what outfielders deal with all the time.
So they were two in sync.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I don't really worry about those two guys. They communicate well, and that happens once in a while in baseball, unfortunately, where you're in a loud stadium, maybe you call it at the same time. Those two guys are really good fundamentally and in their communication that, hopefully that's their one to get out of the way.
With Verdugo struggling again, and Grisham playing well, is that a conversation where they might platoon, or can Grisham find his way into that leadoff spot at times? Or?
You got Verdugo struggling again?
I just went 0 for 10 in that series.
Yeah, I think part of it was just being a little beat up and needed a day, but I think he's been swinging it really well the last couple of weeks.
Okay, but if Grisham's also played his way into playing time.
Yeah, Grish has played well. So look, we'll see. I mean, things come up all the time, and there'll still be days where I give G a day where Aaron's DHing or whatever, so Grish is in there. So get creative at times with it, but yeah, I mean, guys are playing well. You got to get them in there.
Do you have a comparison for Grisham's home run swing? Because Jake and I were trying to figure out what
that?
It's kind of like the
Yeah.
Tiger Woods wedge.
We were trying to think. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, because it was.
Yeah.
He never got the bat.
Have you seen that before?
Richie Sexton, Chase Utley.
Okay, yeah.
Short
Boone, yeah.
Brett Boone.
Just right to it.
Yeah.
Brett Boone.
Recoil.
Was it like Brett Boone Day at the Mariners game the other day? What was that?
I think so.
First pitch?
First pitch.
Okay. Well, we've got a fun version of our Beatbox trivia this way. I think it's kind of going to be interactive. We'll see if the crowd gets involved. Beatbox, they're set up over here too. If you're looking for a sip of something yummy, go get yourself some Beatbox. I think, Jim, what are we doing here? The swing game?
Swing. Yeah. So it's a silhouette of a swing or pitch.
I got swings and pitches.
Clay Holmes?
Yep, that one's.
That's Clay Holmes.
Man, he looks lefty, though.
It does.
But it's Clay.
Why does it look lefty? Is he throwing it the other way?
You just got to get your eyes right.
Wow. That was an easy one. All right. Well.
Oh, there we go. Now we're on the big screen.
Is that Grish?
That's Grish.
Yeah.
Okay, getting some easy ones out of the way.
You know what? They do that on the board, at the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still James Paxton is one of the ones that tees it up.
Red Sox James Paxton.
No, Yankee Red James Paxton.
James Paxton also talked his way into staying in the game.
Is that Paxton?
Is that James Paxton?
Well, look at you.
That feels like Paxton to me.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, it's James Paxton. Nice.
That long stretch back. All right.
Mysteries do we have?
Gleyber, David.
Man, that's...
Sometimes he's batting on just 1 foot. It weirds Jake out.
It feels like it's been a little more flamingo this year. I feel like he's been up just a little longer.
I like that pass he just took right there.
Like when you call swings passes, I'll be honest with you.
Jamison Tyone.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Beeps, digging into the archive.
That little giddy up on the way up.
He was rumored to the Yanks. Thoughts?
One of my favorite guys to manage.
Nice guy. No,
that's not
that's
Gary.
Oh, I got that. Yeah.
oh
Across town.
yeah, Pete.
It looks like Polar Bear Pete.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I was thinking it was all Yankees.
I mean, Beebs has everything lined up. Okay, the wind up.
Severino.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, nice.
Did you see his pitch mix this year, Boone? It's crazy. He's throwing 5 different pitches. A ton.
Really?
Yeah.
We haven't seen it because he's
I know.
ducked us every time. He's ducking our 2 great hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The silhouette, he looks tall and lanky.
Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Sale.
Yikes.
Yeah, having a good year.
Dude, he's pitching so well for the Braves.
Yeah.
He's like the Cy Young leader.
Him and Imanaga have the same release point.
Really?
But because
Shota's 5'9".
Shota's 5'9", that's why they say they're very effective, because you don't see it from there. I mean, that could be
that's King.
or Gleyber, same
that's
exact
King.
delivery.
That's Kinger.
He's turned into a stud, huh?
Yeah. He's a stud before he left.
Yeah, you're right.
Higgy.
Yeah.
With the home run stroker.
Give it up
homers.
for Higgy. The crowd, everyone
13
loves Higgy.
homers.
Yeah, dude, he's gone nuts.
Yeah.
He's
It
like,
might be tight, but you got it right. We want one more.
one more.
Ohtani.
That guy, man.
All right, that was fun.
Yeah.
Nailed him.
That's easy.
Did well.
Thanks, Beatbox.
It's a good game.
All right, I think we've got like 10 more minutes left,
Okay.
and then the VIPs are going to take pics with Boone. So let's head into it. What do you got, Jimbo? What's on your mind?
Rotation-wise, I know you're. Let's see. I'm going to try and get you to talk about stuff that you probably won't talk about.
Okay.
When Clark comes back, he's going to be built up to a starter, correct?
That's the plan, yeah. He throws alive tomorrow.
And he'll still no limit on innings, like he's just a starter.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you have to start molding that? You just let it happen, injuries-wise?
Yeah, let it happen. If someone eventually collapses to become an important bullpen piece, so be it. Hopefully we have that option to where everyone's healthy and going, and we'll make that call. But that's still a ways off to happen. But
So I guess the question I would ask is, when making that decision about this roster or any roster coming into the playoffs, would who makes a better reliever tick into it at all? Or no, you just have to do the best 3-4 starters if you're for the playoffs or push one? Because in my mind, Heel's been amazing as a starter. I also think he makes the best reliever.
I would say all of that is on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's hard to. It's hopefully 2 months away, and you kind of see where you're at. Where is Louis in his season? Like, how is he holding up and everything? And what does make the most sense? How healthy and strong are we down there in the pen at that point? So we'll just see.
Any check-in with Cole today after his start? How's the recovery going? Or is it something you're monitoring after, skipping the start last time?
More, obviously, yesterday was a long day at the park. So by the time the game ended, he was long out of there with the rain delay. So we actually talked quite a bit during the rain delay and even after the game. And I think he was really encouraged. I think the biggest thing with him is he had the stomach bug that kind of wiped him out a little bit. And he's starting to, even kind of at the back end of it now and yesterday. So I think he'll even be better moving forward. But I thought stuff-wise he was really good yesterday.
What was the message that Blake took out to him before the Joey Low. I'm blanking on his name.
Loperfido.
I think the
At-bat.
biggest thing was it was starting to be a long inning, and it was smoking hot. It was kind of a breather. So I'm sure they got real strategic in like how they wanted to attack Loperfido there, especially with Vladdy lurking in a long inning already. It's like, okay, let's be airtight on our plan against Loperfido here and give you a blow. And fortunately, obviously, he gets him out and kind of rolled from there.
Yeah, I've been interested in Cole's pitch mix because he was the most cutters ever thrown the start before.
Yes.
And the cutter didn't really have much bite to it, and it got hit a lot. Mm-hmm. And then until that pitching visit, he hadn't thrown a cutter at all in that game. And he went away from the fastball afterwards, so I didn't know if that was already the plan or maybe that was the
No, I think it was just the game evolving a little bit. I thought his fastball was good all game, even though they took it away a little bit. Not took it away, but they put some good swings on it early, I thought. It was still profiling really well, and I thought it was coming out really well. I thought what got really good was the curveball later on in the game that he could get a strike with and really set up his fastball too. But I thought he got into a nice rhythm. Thought he got a little tired at the end, but overall I thought it was a really encouraging start.
He's had 3 starts on really hot days.
Yes, he has.
He's probably just checking the weather. Just give him a 60-degree rainy day.
Yeah, well, get in line this week, and we might have some of those.
He's missing the rain.
Yeah.
All right.
Analytics. Well, Boone, thank you, man.
Yeah. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, man. Thank you for doing this. I know trying to figure this out. Thank you, everyone. We're always behind the scenes for the people. I mean, it's a big ask for you. I mean, it's a busy season, and before and after the game's pretty tough. Off day also pretty tough. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to Amtrak for setting this all up. Can't appreciate them enough. Go book a train ride right now with Amtrak. Go check out Beatbox. VIPs, I'm not sure where we're sending you. Sam might have it over there. But we'll get you some pictures with Boonies. And let's go Yanks, I think.
Let's go Yanks.
Big time.
Yep.
Big time.
Cool.
Go Yankees.
Hello, hello, hello.
Play all the Cole drops we have for Booney. Yeah, I'm just joking.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
The stakes, they're high. I enjoy them.
But again.
Okay, yeah.
The stakes, they're high. I enjoy them.
I enjoy them.
That's when Garrett Cole became one of my favorite people on the planet. Funny guy.
I liked when he said when the Yankees and the Red Sox were like 2 steers locking horns in the woods. It's like, oh.
Well,
all right.
yeah, I think it's about that time.